Hey all, this is Val here with another Epic 7 video. In today's video, we are going to cover Tamarine. Alright guys, now my Tamarine is not the best geared out there. I will be completely honest with you. I had to really scrimp and dig up gear for her. I mean, I went down in the bowels of geardom to be able to find gear to make her somewhat presentable. Um, just slightly off, but anyone else when they see Tamarine think Tamaran, the planet where Starfire is from in Teen Titans. Every time I say her name, that's the first thing that comes to mind is Tamaran, and I don't know, it's just me. Some people I've heard tambourine comes to their mind, especially because she's musical, right? Like if she had played a tambourine and her name being Tamaran, that would have just been perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. So, you know how we do. Let's take a look at her skills. Alright, first skill, Serene Tune. As Tamarine, attacks an enemy with Serene Melody and heals the ally with the lowest health. Amount recovered increases proportional to the ally's max health. Decreases cooldown of Shining Star by 1 turn. So this basically works like Destina skill 1. She attacks someone and then it heals the lowest ally for an amount proportional to her HP. Now, when she's an idol, attacks all enemies with a beautiful voice, dispelling all buffs, triggers a dual attack from the ally with the highest attack. Soul Burn effect is going to be greatly recovers health of all allies after attacking. So this is actually really awesome. This basically, when she's Tamarine, functions exactly like Destina, even including the Soul Burn. So she will Soul Burn it, do an attack, and heal a lot to all the allies. I mean, that's pretty good. That's why Destina is so amazing. So if you are one of those people like me who don't mind Destina's long cooldowns, just like she has long cooldowns, specifically for Council, you could bring her into Council and use her the exact same way you use Destina with no problems and have slightly more functionality. If it goes on long and you get off idle, even better, right? You're going to do more damage. Plus, you're going to dispel buffs. I mean, she works in that situation very well. Any situation where you are just bringing Destina just to absorb punches and to Soul Burn skill 1 to heal, she's going to work the exact same way. I use Destina as a frontline tank in Queen because I really don't care if Queen increases her cooldowns by 1. I don't bring her there to use cooldowns. I bring her there to get stunned, punched in the face, and if I so get into trouble, she can usually get off her big cleanse once, and then she can get off her Soul Burn quite a few times. So, I mean, you can use Tamarine the exact same way with the exact same Soul Burn effect and the exact same Soul Burn cost. So if you're looking to replace Destina, you already can do it if that's specifically how you use Destina, okay? So her skill 2, Song of the Forest, as Tamarine, heals all allies with a peaceful melody. Amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. Decreases cooldown of Shining Star by 1 turn. So basically, this is just going to be an AoE heal. Straightforward. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Just AoE heal. Alright, now as the idol, with a powerful performance, increases attack of all allies for 2 turns, and decreases combat readiness by 30%. Recovering health, amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's max health. So basically you get a combat readiness buff and you get an attack. Combat readiness buff is always nice, but again, remember you have to be idle, which is on an 8-turn cooldown. So it's going to take a long fight to actually make this happen for you to get it. But in the case of maybe you're fighting Queen, maybe you're fighting Council, it's not going to be a big deal. See a theme here? She's good in Raid is what I'm saying. She's good in Raid is what I'm saying. And she's good in bosses as well because, again, a long fight. Now, her final skill, Shining Star. Before performing, dispels all debuffs inflicted on all allies and recovers the caster to max health and grants an extra turn. The caster becomes an idol for 3 turns and performs a concert. Begins the first battle with full cooldown count. So what that means is when you start a battle, it is going to be the full cooldown. Although they did change it if you're in a multi-stage level Not every battle, just that very first battle, she is going to begin with full 8-turn cooldown. Then as you progress, it is going to go down. But that's all this one does, which gives all of these a special ability. It is a really, really strong ability, especially in bosses, especially in raid. That's where you want to use her. Now, if you're like, oh man, I'm all about PvP and I pulled her, just don't, no. She doesn't work like that either. No, not that way either in PvP. No, she's not. I repeat, this unit is so not PvP. I honestly think if you put it in your PvP team defense or offense, you should instantly lose. You should, because you are warned. Everything about her screams PvE. Use her in hunts. Use her in raids. This is where she really, really excels. And those are big parts of the game. They're not small parts of the game. You're going to spend a significant amount of time of hunts. You're going to spend a significant amount of time in raids, learning them, progressing through them, getting gear from them. So, I mean, it's just, she's really good. You have a lot of places you can use her. You want to use her in adventure mode? Do it. She's usable there. Just don't bring her to PvE or PvP. Don't bring her to Guild Wars. Don't bring her to Arena. You're going to have a bad time. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. You are going to have a bad time if you so choose. But I mean, hey, it's your game. If you think you have a build that works in PvP, Guild Wars, and it does work for you, more power to you. But I would like to ask you, what rank are you currently? Because I can guarantee at Challenger, you want to know how many Tamarines I've seen? 0. That's a big nada. There's 0 in Challenger. Absolutely, there's not one that I have seen. And that doesn't mean everything, right? There are certainly units you can use out there that are good that a lot of people don't use in PvP. But this is one unit which honestly should just have a big stamp on it that says PvE, and I think it does, and that's her abilities. So just don't bring her there, and you will be happy. So enough about that. I was fortunate enough to pull 3 of her, so that's why I have A. This attack really helps nice in both raids and hunt. Theme continues. Alright, and so here's my stats. Again, like I said, it's not the greatest. I definitely want more speed. I definitely want more health. This is just not acceptable to me. There's no reason for her to have effectiveness, but I have it because, again, it's the gear that I had. I will be upgrading this. And, you know, I said something to someone once. I said, you know, this is not my final form. I'm still looking for gear. And someone's like, but are you ever not looking for gear? It's like, you know what? They're absolutely right. So let's just say this is still a very much work in progress. You know, I'm not happy with these stats. I will continue to build on them to improve her. She is an excellent unit. You want to pair her with attackers, right? People that do use attack. You don't want to pair her with like bruisers like Corvus, especially if you have the imprint. You know, you want to be able to utilize her to her fullest. Even if you don't have the imprint, I really don't think she fits in well with bruisers because, again, you know, she's buffing attack, which to a bruiser really doesn't mean anything, especially someone like Corvus, someone like Ken. Ken, you know, just doesn't rely on that. Ken relies on health. He does most of his damage there, and most people run him on lifesteal. I'm talking about regular Firekin, by the way. So you really want, like Says, she would pair well with. You can put her with Luna. You can put her with Lorena. I mean, all these people will help even more if you have the imprint unlocked, because it's really good. Anytime you can get attack, I mean, it just helps everyone out tremendously. So those are the units you're looking for. Bologna is another good pairing with her. Again, these are all attack-based units, right? So that is really who you want her to hang out with, not so much bruisers. I mean, they don't really get a lot of benefit from her, especially because, you know, one of her big draws is she does give you a attack buff. So, I mean, and then she forces the unit to help her out that has the highest attack. But, I mean, if you got a bruiser, I mean, you're really not going to hit as hard as if she was calling in someone who was an attack-based unit. So that's why I said stay away from bruiser comps with her. It's possible it could work, but it's not really optimal. Now, for artifacts, the sky is the limit. I mean, I just have this on her because it's something that I just had, right? She's a healer. Why not increase healing effectiveness? But, I mean, you do have other options. I don't think Tome is a good idea. Water's Origin, I can't imagine that you're having her tank, so that's kind of out. Really, another good one that is not used, I don't have it on her, but if you are here for the holiday event, this is actually a decent one to put on her. Likely you have enough to max Skillet, but I mean, given a flat attack and defense to all the allies of 3.8%, I mean, that's nice, right? It's nice, especially if you don't have the imprint, because it specifically states here it does not stack with same effects. So the imprint is the same kind of effect, right? It's an attack buff. So, but if you don't have the imprint, running with this would be absolutely fine. I mean, you could probably get this higher than the imprint, and I believe this will overwrite it. So, I mean, this is really good. This is decent. This is really decent. I mean, you get a flat out attack and defense buff. Otherwise, you know, you can put the usual suspects on it. You know, you can put Vile. Vile works very well. You can put Ramadan's on it. I mean, she's very versatile as far as artifacts. Again, I don't see her tanking, so things like Egg, things like Candle, Envoy Pipe, I don't really think those are the best options for her. But I mean, it's possible. Shamadra's Staff would even work on her if you have it or you bought it from the store, from the last Powder of Knowledge. But I mean, really, it works. Any of those will work. Not so much the event one if you have the imprint unlocked. So right here I get a flat 5.4% attack, and that one only has 3.8%, and they don't stack. So there you go. Now lastly, let's take a look at her expressions. I don't have all of them yet, but there we go. Normal, upset, yeah, yeah, her eyes get a little narrow. So that's definitely, that one just screams sad. That does seem sad. I'm depressed now. I'm kidding. We're good. All right, and then laughter. Oh, there we go. There's just, well, okay. I see something. I see a problem with that, but that's okay. But yeah, I'm gonna go with normal. There's Tamarine. I really like her. She is definitely not useless after the buffs. She is awesome. Bring her to raids. Bring her to hunts. You will not be disappointed. Run her with attacker units, not with bruisers. If she does not have the imprint, use your event artifact. If she does have the imprint, Shamadra's Staff, even Love Potion will work. I mean, it will. It will. This is fine. This will get the job done. Okay? All right. That's going to do it for this video. If I missed anything or you're like, Val, you missed, this is so huge, please leave it down in the comments below. As always, thank you all for watching, and all you dudes and dudettes out there, stay frosty.